Come on, put 20 quid on United. How can you not put 20 quid on United when it's like 6-1, man?
Beers on you then, Sam.
I said, sorry, Dorgu, I've got it wrong. You're technically a better player than I thought.
Dorgu went over. I think you said, Nick, he did a step over, went past him, had a shot. It went nowhere near the goal, but I was like, this is it. This is the United way.
I was going mad. Like I've said, like the three best goals you can get from United is a counter-attack like we saw against City for Mbeumo's, a thunder bastard off the bar, and then the third one is like 90th minute plus winners. So everyone, you heard it here first. Against Fulham, we're bagging a 90th minute plus winner. Yes, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of United People's Podcast. And I tell you what, I think you're going to enjoy this one because I think we're going to enjoy this one because I enjoyed watching United win at the Emirates for the first time since 2017, slapping up Arteta. Hey, look, take your pick. We're going to try our best. It's me, it's Nick and Dan. We're going to try our best to pick apart everything that happened in that game and be as professional as we can. But I'll be completely honest. How can you be like level-headed and sort of sensible analysis after what we've just watched in that game? That was Nick, I'll come to you first. Like, that was better than the City game. And I didn't really... How could you possibly build on what we did against City? But for how the game went, for the ebb and flow of it, and the 87th minute winner, and the hit from Dorgu, I mean, I'm making weird noises.
You know what? It's the performance versus City was probably because we had so many transitional moments and XG and etc. But this is probably more impressive in that I just didn't really see it happening. Like when I guessed 2-1, that was just me being optimistic and just because I always guessed that United will win.
Look, one of you must have followed me. I told you it was like 6-1. I won like 120 quid.
Did you actually?
Come on, put 20 quid on United. How can you not put 20 quid on United when it's like 6-1, man? Taking a piss. Come on. I forgot about it. I looked at my phone. I was like, oh, sweet. 120
Beers on you then, Sam.
Nah, mate. No beers for you, Dan. You've got a bad record.
Oh, yeah. That's true, yeah.
No, you just got to start with Carrick, really. Like, ladies and gents, we'll go into that. We'll speak about Mbeumo's goal. We'll speak about Dorgu's goal. We'll speak about the centre-back performances overall. We'll speak about how United played coming from behind as well and managing that game to a certain point until Bruno decided to... at 3-2 up, he goes, oh, he's off his line. Bang! I'm like, Bruno, what are you doing? Anyway, we won. But, Dan, what's your take on Carrick after... And that's a stupid question. I know what your take on Carrick is after 2 games. What's standing out most to you from what you've seen in these 2 games? Maybe that you didn't expect to see. Kind of what Nick's like alluding to there. That's kind of what made that Arsenal game a little bit more special.
I just think the team, just how together they are. I didn't expect Carrick to come in straight away and get this togetherness within the team. And for him to get that and sort of resolve what Amorim, not sort of broken, but there were fractures in what Amorim sort of created and where that team was going. So for Carrick to come in, be so calm. When I'm watching the game, I feel calm. Even when we went down 1-0, I was like, yeah, Carrick's got this sorted. The MC's got it sorted.
Mate, Senny, come on, little round. I knew he had to have a good game. And like, mate, Arsenal's such a shitty little football club. They really are. Like, I hate Chelsea more. I really do. But Arsenal were just like, we speak about DNA, right? And United DNA, it's like Arsenal's DNA is written right there. And you know it is. And man, we made them nervous. I didn't think we were like first 20. Arsenal had the front foot, but we marked our box. You know, I think we were kind of, yeah, cool. That was the game plan. After 20, then we step out a little bit. They got a crappy little deflected goal. Yeah, it was just like maybe a little bit of a mistake here or there. Who cares? And Mbeumo, that's what I mean. Like, take your pick on those 3 goals because I really think, although Dorgu's was the best of the 3, you can really argue about all 3, Nick. And like the moments of quality from the players there going forward. Did we have that many more shots than we had goals? I didn't think we were like peppering their goal. It's like when we shot, we made something of it in that game.
I haven't checked the stats, but from memory, I don't really remember Raya having to make much of a save. There was a few Bruno ones early on that were off target. So, yeah, we really made... And we kind of said this in the preview, right? That we had to be clinical because we weren't going to get that many look-ins against Arsenal. But the difference there today was when we went forward, half chances, it was take a shot, go for it. And it was moments of... I mean, like... I don't like that Dorgu shot.
Doggy best.
I came on it last week, and I said, sorry, Dorgu, I've got it wrong. You're technically a better player than I thought. And then he goes and pulls out that shot, which, by the way, Sam has said so many times that his favorite type of goal is volleying in.
Oh yeah,
And that was my first. As soon as that went in, I was like, "Oh,
Mate,
Sam!"
I was going mad. Like I've said, like the three best goals you can get from United is a counter attack, like we saw against City for Mbeumo's, a thunder bastard off the bar, and then the third one is like 90th minute plus winners. So everyone, you heard it here first. Against Fulham, we're bagging a 90th minute plus winner. All right, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. They're going to get the 3 from 3. Like Mbeumo's goal, man. Just like Zubimendi fucked up. Yeah, sure, but
you've got to be there, haven't you? You've got to be there.
If that fell to different players last season, am I going to think that he's going to round Raya and then just tuck it in between them? He was the exact person that we needed that ball to fall to, and he's delivered massively this season. And United came out in that set, mate. Oh, it wasn't even just a finish from Dorgu, by the way. It was like bang, 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 bang. Intricate one. I say intricate. It was just one touch football, little flick from Bruno. I wouldn't know. It's not even fortunate. It's just.
And then even I was saying to Dan as well, after he scores that goal, there's a moment afterwards where he's running side by Saliba, throws a little step over, puts it on his left and has a shot. And I'm like, again, who is this guy? Like, who is this guy? But and Cunha as well. What, like, Cunha can frustrate the life out of you because sometimes he shoots when he shouldn't shoot. That right there, it was like, oh, little space has opened up here, but he has done so well to pick it out. It's a curler, right bottom bins. Quality, and that's why we spent the money on him and Mbeumo. Like, the numbers are showing up for us now. The quality that those two have brought to us immediately. And actually, you have to say, that was, like I said earlier, a big difference between us and Arsenal. The quality in our front line compared to theirs. Big difference.
It's kind of going to be difficult to analyse everything that Carrick's got right in his first 2 games, but if I'm going to say anything, it's probably just like the simplicity of it, right? I don't have to talk about some mad tactical systems and inverted bullshit, this and that. No, sod that. 4-4-2 out of possession, players in the best positions, just go and play football. And I think that's just enabled United to be a lot more confident. There was a period in that second half where we were 2-1 up. I swear it was like a 10-minute period where we were actually knocking the ball around in the middle of the pitch and towards their box. And I was like, oh, they're not rushing it. They're just going to keep knocking it around. They're actually managing a game of football here. And it was a tough environment.
Even after Dorgu's goal, we had them on the ropes. Dorgu went over. I think you said, Nick, he did a step over, went past them, had a shot. It went nowhere near the goal, but I was like, this is it. This is the United way.
It's so hard not to step into cliches of United way and United DNA when you fucking see a game like that. And you're just sitting there like the Leo mate, just pointing at the TV. Or just that's it right there. Just the subs from Carrick. It was, I wouldn't say it was an aggressive sub, but it was a sub of intent, and the intent was there from everybody the entire game, just like it was against City. A lot of, United have been characteristically very good at flashing the pan performances over the last year, and then the next week you're like, who the fuck is that? The exact same team went out, the exact same level of intent went out. And they actually showed more in that game than they needed to against City because, well, we conceded. What we're going to do, we went one behind. What we're going to do, we learned even more. And like Carrick's made some ballsy calls these last few games. Mate, he's left Cunha on the bench, both of them, right? And Šeško as well. Mate, Šeško, good luck getting into this team right now. No, fed up. Woo, jeez, man, Dorgu. Again, like playing players in their positions. It sounds so simple, right? It really sounds simple. But it just didn't really happen that often under Amram. There were so many players that were kind of like round pegs, square holes, where it is. Square pegs, round holes? Fuck knows. One of those. Who cares? We just beat Arsenal. How can I be professional here, man? Come on.
You can't. You're spot on about the simplicity factor of it, though. Like, from a tactical point of view, it's not anything that complicated. It's just platforming players and asking them to do things that they are already comfortable doing. We're not moving players around dramatically and, like in Mbeumo, you like running in behind, we'll play you up top so you can run in behind. Amad, you're a touchline winger, you want to take on your man, we'll play you out there. So many bits like that. And you know what? One thing that came to my mind like during that game, when you said about those moments where, like you said, we actually almost pinned them in and we weren't letting them out. That was really impressive to me. In my mind, straight away went to... There was moments on the Ole where I wish we could do that. And the reason why we couldn't do that is because while Fred and McTominay had their strengths, keeping the ball was not one of them. As two pivot number sixes, it wasn't one of them. But there were moments in this game where you have the security to go back to a Kobe, back to a Casemiro, back to a Lisandro Martinez, and they're just comfortable recycling the ball again. Like, it wasn't all gung-ho tennis, basketball match back and forth. It was moments of actually keeping the ball and keeping Arsenal pinned in, which for keeping the game a bit more conservative, a bit more manageable, like you said there, Sam, that was really important. Both Kobe and Casemiro played a part in that as well, which was really impressive.
Dan, would you say there's anybody that... Because obviously there's headlines that are going to be taken from Cunha getting the goal, and we'll probably speak about Cunha a little bit more, if I'm honest, and Dorgu and Mbeumo. Was there anybody else on the pitch that maybe kind of went a little bit under the radar that you actually thought had a really phenomenal game? Like, Maguire had a pretty damn good game. That's 2 from 2 and centre-back from him. Martinez, I think Maguire was the better... Not that Martinez played bad, but I think Maguire was the better of the two on the day. I thought Delo and Shaw, like, we did it against City. We kind of doubled up. We had Dorgu and Shaw, and then Ahmad and Delo on the other side. Did the same thing. Like, Saka was probably their threatening player, but did he really threaten?
Never felt like it, did it?
Like set pieces, you knew that they were going to sneak some sort of booky set piece, and that's how they scored. That was their threat. Like, is there anybody else who sort of stands out you think had a really good game there?
Maybe Casemiro, like some of the blocks, even from when Arsenal were trying to cross the ball in, like he'd just get in front of it and he'd just throw his body on the line. And I know he did it against City as well. It's those type of plays that you need in those situations to stop anything from happening. Even Lisandro Martinez did it. And even like off the ball when he was just giving, who was it over the head? Was it Saka or Jesus over the head? Martinez when he like shoved him over the head. Stuff like that. It's proper Arsenal United.
He's a fanny, is that Jesus? Mate, did you see Martinez running to the way? His dad was in there giving him a massive hug.
Was it?
Mate, that was a moment for him, man. Like, I've got a big old crush on Martinez, man. I'm a massive fanboy of that. But that just for him to have I'm not even going to call it a renaissance. So many people looked at him after those 2 injuries and were like, no, it's not possible for you to return as a top-level Premier League footballer. Well, fuck you. Two thumbs, complete opposite. Flip the bird to you. And it's just, I enjoyed it. And then Casemiro, the away end singing for Casemiro at the end after the announcement this week, which we all sort of knew it was going to happen. I didn't personally think that we were going to get an announcement in January, but it's nice that we can get a long goodbye. And it'll be even nicer if the long goodbye can be in a 4-month period where Casemiro right now is in the best form he's been in since season 1 Casemiro, which will probably be the best version of Casemiro in the history books. But he's looking class. And like again today, like that was a midfield that could have, and on paper probably should have, overrun us, Nick. Like in the first game at Old Trafford, but it didn't. Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Rice, like they weren't running rings around us. We were compact again, and it worked.
The first 20, I was like, oh, this is a bit. I'm not really liking this. Was very pinned in. But then after their goal, it was pressure from us, and maybe this was a bit of an instruction from Michael Carrick to say, first 20, 25, unless we concede, we don't need to get at them too much. We can sit in quite comfortably and then get at them a bit later. So maybe that was an instruction. But either way, once they scored their first goal is when we tried to push on a little bit. And then the mistakes crept in. Mistakes more than I've seen from Arsenal on a usual basis. And maybe, like I said, maybe that is a bit of us. That Zubimendi pass to let Mbeumo in is out of character from him a little bit.
No, mate, I think so completely, because if you look at how United played against City, we probably went out there with, I would say, the same intent to play like that, but Arsenal pinned us in. Arsenal, their pressure made us play like that in the opening 20, and I think how United played after that forced Arsenal into mistakes, and we punished them. We made them shit themselves. That was their first loss. That's their first loss at the Emirates this season. They have had 24 games where they've scored first and they won all 24, bro. Like, we had their number today and they couldn't do anything. Did you see their faces after that Cunha winner? Oh.
They've not lost at home since May last year against Bournemouth.
That's insane if true.
They haven't conceded 3 goals in a game since 121 games against Luton.
That's bonkers.
Bro, like, we've Arsenal have been the most consistently just robotic, but getting the results team all season. There's not really been that many anomaly performances, and we've gone and done that to them. Like, we really did pick them apart. We took our moments, and yeah, you can repeat that, Nick. That is, in games like this, it's not moments FC, but it's look to your best players, give them the moment and they can deliver, and they don't need 7 shots to fucking make it happen.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing. Like, sometimes football isn't as complicated as it needs to be. Sometimes it is get your best players in the position. Like I said earlier, get your best players in the position they want to be and let them do what they want to do. Like Bruno in the 10, just kind of bopping it about and pulling the strings and trying to get players into the right positions. That's Bruno's game. Cunha having a shot from outside the box. That's Cunha's game. Dorgu running on balls that's played ahead of him. That's his game. And like I said earlier, like Arsenal, chances wise, there was a lot of scuffles in the box, and that's where their 2 goals come from. I'm just trying to think when Le Mans had to make any big saves. There was one where he had to sort of palm it out that was right in front of him. But actually,
there was one from Saka. There was one from Saka down, and it was a shot into his near post. I think he impressed me with a few of the corners, especially the one after the one he conceded. He came and punched it straight away. I think Senny had a really good game, man. Like Maguire actually won.
That Saka shot reminded me of the Onana one. Do you know when we conceded last minute to Rice that time?
Yeah, I did think of that as well. Maguire got man of the match, by the way.
It could have gone to a number of United players today, but I'll happily take that because he never really looked troubled. Because there was a few moments where Gyökeres kind of stuck on Martinez, and that looked a bit like he was giving him a bit of a hard time. But no one really gave Maguire a hard time. And like, I find it hilarious as well that Gyökeres, like, not say it's hilarious seeing Gyökeres not do well, but it's pretty hilarious seeing Gyökeres not do well. You know what I mean? Like
what, you're trying to like put your foot around it, go, no, it's not hilarious. Oh no, fuck it, no, he is hilarious. Not bad.
It's hilarious because it's more so hilarious that like we were linked with him and it could have gone the other way around. Which I know Sesko hasn't set the world alight, but I'm very happy that we ended up with Sesko and not Gyökeres.
No, but this is the thing, like, and this is why you spend big on players like Cunha and Mbeumo, because now, like, if they weren't here and we had a 22, what is he, 21, 22 Šeško? I can't remember. 22. If we had a 22-year-old Šeško who wasn't delivering on his 75 million price tag, every single fucking headline would be that. But instead, it's nothing for the fact that Šeško hasn't started in his last 2 games, because we've got Mbeumo scoring in both games. You've got Cunha scoring, and you've got Dorgu, who's turned into Gareth Bale in these last couple of games. Like, what
Dorgy
the fuck's
best.
going on here? Mate, what's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
keep saying it, Dorgy best.
I know.
It's all over Twitter.
Say that until it sticks. But mate, what is going on with that bloke? My God, is it just like, Nick? Do you think you were wrong when you were saying that the only way that Dorgu is going to make it at Manchester United in the long term is if he plays at left back? I'm looking at him now. I'm like, what? Mate, this guy's looking like a winger, dude.
He's got the receipts.
Look. I still think that if you want to become a Premier League winning side, you need someone who is, I think, a little bit tidier, quicker feet. Because, and here's the thing, like Dorgu keeps proving me wrong, because I know it was such a small moment, but that little step over to beat Saliba and have a shot, I know it's such a tiny moment. It didn't result in anything, but I didn't think that Dorgu had that in him. But nonetheless, I still stick to my point that I think you need someone, because if we're going to become that good, teams will come up against us and low block us. They'll do what's happening to Arsenal. And in those moments, you want someone who, like I say, a little bit tidier in smaller spaces, can sort of pull off a pass that people don't see. I don't think Dorgu quite has that. But there is a future for Dorgu at left back, 100%.
Could you not have like Cunha and Dorgu interchanging maybe? So against the lesser sides where they're in a low block, put Cunha on the left, and then in a transitional game have Dorgu.
Well, different options, right? Because you looked at United there, and we had a genuine bench. It feels like only a couple of weeks ago we were like scraping a barrel for like who can possibly come on.
We had a lot of unavailable players. What I will say as well, and I said this to Dan before we started filming, is when Dorgu went off with the hamstring injury, which touch wood is nothing bad, but when he went off, we were 2-1 up, and Michael Carrick could have just gone, you know what, let's throw on a Mazraoui, let's throw on a Lenny Euro, let's try shore things up and just hold out for the win. But he puts on a Sesko and gives Arsenal another thing to think about in a 6-5 striker. And I know he doesn't then go on to get the goal or the assist or contribute in any way, but his presence, him just being there, and that being the way, the thinking from Carrick to want to get another.
Mate, there's somebody, I can't remember who fucking said this, but there's somebody who just put yourself in the mindset of being an Arsenal player at that point in time, right? And you look at the sidelines and you see Šeško coming on. If that was Mazraoui coming on, you'd look at it and go, right, they're shutting up shop. They're 2-1. Right, now we can really get out of them. And it might be like things that go unsaid, but the mentality of every Arsenal player at that point would be like, cool, this is when we put our foot on it. But now Šeško's coming on, they're like, oh, fuck, He's got a big bloody bloke. Well, they're going to start knocking it long now. It starts forcing them to question what the next 20 minutes is going to be. That's kind of exactly what you're saying there, Nick. And it was just a lot of intent. And as I said, Carrick, the City game was just incredible. To do that against City in the way that we did, and we would never stretch at any point, but that to end the, 8 years since we won against Arsenal, against a team that hadn't lost in the league at all this season at the Emirates, and to do it in that way as well. 1-0 down, 1-1, 2-1 up, 2-2. There was multiple points in that game where it could have gone away from us. It could have run away from us, but instead, I'd say over the course of the 90, we were in control of more of that than Arsenal were, which is not how I thought it was going to be after the first 20.
I think we were more deserving of the win, definitely. Even if Arsenal held more of the ball, made more passes, and on the stats it might look like they controlled the game better. I think we were more deserving in that I don't know, like we had a bit more attacking impetus. And I think in a game where they went 1-0 up and you'd expect them to start controlling things, they started making mistakes and slipping up. So by the end there, I think, yeah, like we were very deserving of that win.
For Arsenal, this is massive, I think, because this just shows like how easy, like, so what, City and Villa are now 4 points off Arsenal, just like that. Like the pressure's on now. So this is where they've got to perform.
Do you know how lucky Arsenal are, right? You look at the last 9 points that they could have got, they've got 2, I think, because they've got drew and then lost against us. But in that exact same 3 games, Villa and City have only picked up 4 each. So like all of the top 3 have not done the business in these last 3 games.
We're 12 points off.
I tell you what, you know what I mean? Beat Fulham, 21.
Don't do that.
That's 12 points.
Not doing it. But obviously,
but top 4 is there, though.
Mate, top 4
This is
has
the thing.
always been there. Like it is. Yeah. United, I think, are now the informed team in the whole of the league. I'm pretty sure they are out of the last 5 games.
And Dorgu's the informed player.
He is.
I think I might be right here. I think that's United's longest unbeaten run in the Premier League in like 3 years or something like that.
You're correct.
Is that what they were saying?
They said, I think it was Eric Ten Hag's first season, where we were unbeaten for longer, which one too many draws in there for me, but that's Ruben Amorim and we don't need to talk about him anymore.
I mean, I suppose, yeah, we have been drawn a lot. Like, we're not going to speak about the Fulham game in this one, by the way, because we've got a midweek episode where we'll preview it fully, but it's going to be a very different experience, that game, a very different setup. Fulham, if you're smart, you'll sit in a low block, lads. Like that's going to be the thing that don't give us spaces, don't try and go toe to toe with us, because I think we've shown against the 2 best teams in the league, we'll win, and we've got the quality to win.
We've not even spoke about Liverpool losing either yet.
Yeah,
that was. He's got to go, isn't he? He's got to go.
Oh, I don't know. You know, he could be gone by the end of the season. Thomas Frank as well.
Mate, have you seen Spurs in the next 4 games? They got like Newcastle, they got like Liverpool, Newcastle, us, and then Arsenal, I think.
He's surely going.
Thomas the Tank Engine needs to just keep it. He needs to keep it together long enough so that we can play them while he's there. And then,
come on, man, be nice to us.
Yeah, you know what? I actually feel bad for him a little bit because I actually think he's a good gaffer, but I think Spurs are all over the gaff. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, like you said there, Liverpool lost yesterday. Chelsea, I knew that they won today, but still we're a point ahead of Chelsea now. We're 2 points ahead of Liverpool. There is no reason why now we can't go and push on, because keep in mind, we can also finish 5th and get Champions League. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be top 4. Villa surprised me today, how good they played. And it looks like they're probably going to lock down 3rd place by the looks of things.
The serious debate for Europe starts now, though, doesn't it? It starts after this game, I think.
I mean, is it just me hyping it up after that game? Like, would you put United down as one of the favourites to get a Champions League spot? I'm not saying like we're not getting top 3 or anything, but like those 4th and the 5th. If you're going to choose 2, if you polled 1,000 fans up right now, according to the form and momentum and everything you see with all these teams, which 2 teams are you backing? Imagine United getting to most people's lists.
I reckon so. Because around us, so Chelsea, Liverpool, Fulham, Brentford, Newcastle, that's from us in 4th to Newcastle in 9th.
I mean, Newcastle have just been a bit stinky this season. They've seemed to have lost a bit of a spark. Like, I'm still not looking forward to going to St James's Park. It'll be a grim game. No. But I just don't think they've got it. Villa, I always keep expecting Villa to drop off, and then Emery does some weird shit, and then all of a sudden they just find some form again. They just seem to be capable of recovering better than most teams, I think. So that'll probably get Villa in. But like Liverpool, mate, like there's no Hail Mary coming from this Liverpool team. There's nothing that's going to be randomly fixed. That sorry, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Like this is just Liverpool between now and the end of the season. Like nothing can fix that unless you kind of do what United did and you sack a manager and you think all is doom and gloom, and all of a sudden the energy comes up. But I don't know whether they'll do that, if I'm honest.
I think the problems at Liverpool are deeper than just the like. How different could Arne Slot really be from this season to last? I think Liverpool are hurting right now because their big money signings haven't worked and potentially upset the dressing room a little bit. The balance and cohesion of the squad looks really bad. And then you got key performers like Salah dropping off, Van Dijk dropping off, and Trent gone. So I think they're in trouble.
And Robertson's going to leave, isn't he? Possibly to Spurs.
Shame.
They're getting rid of experience in the team.
What a shame. Shitty little football club. You see Festa. You see someone sent us like a £2 super chat to Festa.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was 10 out of 10.
Quality.
That was the best use of £2 I've ever done seen.
Do you know what was also really good? To go into the Discord chat afterwards, and I think, Sam, you came in for 5 minutes. I was just listening, and the positivity, it was just brilliant. Like, even on the pod today, we've got like positive vibes, obviously, after the win, but it's just nice to go into it.
Obviously, you're going to be positive when you just, like, you've basically just had like a football orgasm, and you're all just here just enjoying the aftermath together. Like, you're going to have a big smile on your face, and you appreciate that. But I said it once, and I'll say it again. It's really hard not to just point at something intangible. Like, there isn't one reason why that felt like United there today, but it just did. Like, just the way the game was approached, the subs that were made, the intent that was showed, the quality that was scored, the way the defense, just everything, all these little like 15, 16 different parts, which is what makes it so fucking difficult, by the way, to describe this United DNA. They all worked in cohesion, and they all worked and created that masterpiece there today. And Carrick, to go back to that point and reiterate it, the simplification of it, I think, has enabled quite a lot of that. Now, eventually, that momentum will sort of fizzle out, and you will get games where we'll speak about Fulham. We might speak about whoever else we've got coming up, because I can't remember. Is it Everton after that? I can't remember.
Spurs, I think.
It's Spurs. Sod knows. Anyway, Fulham next. And there's going to be different games, and it will be a different approach. But that was just magnificent. That's the only way you can describe that win. Mate, that goal from... I'm going back, like... I know Dorgu's was the best goal, but come on, like, Cunha's...
It's the fact that Raya got nowhere near... I mean, he got nowhere near both, but that Cunha one especially, just buried it.
His positioning was a little bit off for that one, I thought, but... I mean, hold that. I don't really care. But I did think, when I was watching that, I did think, like, you're standing a bit too far to the left, but Cunha saw it and took full advantage.
Mate, I loved Cunha in that last 10 minutes. Kind of doing what he was doing against Liverpool at Anfield, by the way. Just like, give me the ball. I'm just going to take up 15 yards, win a foul, on the edge of the box, winning that foul from a corner. Killed it. Zoom. He pissed them off. He's a very good person at pissing off the opposition.
Yeah, he is. Do you know why I'm especially happy, right? So I had a very long, drawn-out debate yesterday. And I know, so basically, we asked for hot takes. And my hot take was that Bruno Fernandes is currently the best midfielder in the Premier League. And all the Arsenal fans obviously threw back Declan Rice at me. So that today makes that even better. Yeah, unreal.
Arsenal were just Arsenal, man. That's all they were. It's like we went in there. Do you reckon we went in there with a game plan today to play, or a game plan today to try and expose the weaknesses of Arsenal, Nick, do you think?
Both, really, in moments. And, like, that's kind of what you need. Like, if we went into it, like I said, gung-ho in terms of sit low block and just every time you get a sniff of a counter-attack, absolutely go for it, that wouldn't have worked, because not every counter-attack is going to come off, and you're just going to keep inviting pressure and pressure, and Arsenal will keep getting corners and corners, and then you'll hurt from that. But what we did was a mix of both. We chose our moments to go for the counter-attack, and in other moments, like I said earlier, we gave it to Kobe, gave it to Casemiro, recycle, go again. The moments where we had them pinned in, and this is what you're talking about just a second ago, where you say DNA and all this and that, and I know it can sound cringe sometimes, but it is to be bold, to be courageous, and which I know sounds so silly, but like those little interchange of passes, it's not risky per se, but we're sat with a high line, but we're still willing to bop it about in midfield because we feel okay and we think that the reward is there at the end of it. That's moments that sort of really impress me as well, in terms of just be brave on the ball, don't be afraid to keep it and bop it about. So the mix of both is what really worked out for Carrick and United.
I think eventually these things just sort of, the 1% here, the little bopping it about, they all just sort of like pile up on top of each other until it eventually just becomes who you are as a football club. And that's why we're sort of speaking about these isolated moments, because he goes, oh, kind of forgotten seeing that. Oh, fuck, look at that count. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, look at that moment of quality. They all just like, they're little like nostalgic reminders, but they're not nostalgic because it's with the current team right now. But you're like, there it is. And somehow Carrick's harnessed it massively in these first 2 games. I think the fact that he is Carrick has been a big help. The fact that he is an ex-United legend and he's got the experience, he's been able to tap into something straight away. And of course, Solskjaer did the same thing in the first 4 months. Look, who am I to say anything if Carrick wins every fucking game? Of course he's going to get the bloody job, right? Like, let's be real. Like, let's just truly be real.
15 more cup finals.
That's what I mean. Like, mate, if he does it, like, who am I to say that he can't get it? I'd be ludicrous. I stand by my point that I said at the start. I still feel like, from a long-term perspective, would I be entirely comfortable going into next season with Carrick? No, I probably wouldn't be. But hey, I don't know what's going to happen now, and I've been wrong. I was wrong on Ten Hag getting the contract extension after FA Cup final, so not exactly my manager takes ain't exactly spot on the whole time. But ladies and gents, just I want to wrap it up now because I'm going to go and have to have a drink and see. I don't know, might go for a run. Don't know. I don't even know. I don't even run. Cheers. I hate running. You go for a drink. People, if you enjoyed the pod, please do drop a like whether you're listening to it or leave a 5-star rating. We'll be back on. Well, this is getting released on Monday morning. The next pod will be released on Thursday morning. And it'll also go out on YouTube in video format on Monday night and Thursday night. So thank you, Carrick, and thank you, Ballon Dorgu, and Mbeumo, and Cunha, and Senny Lamont, and Maguire. Bloody hell, the whole team.